Welcome to Shut Up and Bet with Your Highness, the podcast that gives fewer fucks than your bookie gives refunds. Your Highness is the king of the Kush, the baron of blunts, the Caesar of sativa, but really, he's just always higher than Camelback Mountain, hotter than a Scottsdale divorcee, and the sharpest prick I've met since I ran into a saguaro cactus. This ain't for the soft, you pussy. Your Highness's dog doesn't just cover, he bites. Now shut up, log into your account, and let's run this shit up.
Episode starts now.
This episode is going to be sponsored by Bad Beats Anonymous. It wasn't you. It was the hook. What's the hook going to be? A little shout out to the lunatics there. Anyways, what up, you beautiful, beautiful degenerates? My chalk snorting freaks. It's your bankroll building therapist, your degenerate in chief, the guy who's been riding the Oilers harder than their team bus driver. You've tuned in to Shut Up and Bet with Your Highness, where we don't just make picks, we're making enemies, baby. Let's jump into segment number 1. Stanley Cup playoffs, game number 6. I think the ice is starting to thin, worse than my hairline. Connor McDavid, this is what we're going to watch, all right? Let's tune into game number 6. We're going to watch Connor McDavid. Why? Because he's the greatest fucking hockey player of this generation. I'm not even going to argue that with you. But I've said it on other ones, and I'm going to say it again here. He is the greatest one. Is he better than the great one? We'll see how the rest of the career pans out. He's going to have to win some Stanley Cups, multiple. So far, he's had 11 points in the last 3 games, 34 points the entire postseason. That is the second most ever in a playoff run. Let's see if he can add to it. First official bet of the podcast going to be Connor McDavid with 2 or more points. If you're not familiar with hockey and how that works, an assist or goal is a point. I'm not so confident he's going to get the goal. He's been trying to be fucking Magic Johnson minus the AIDS, right? Get in where you fit in. Magic was fitting into too many wrong places, if you know what I mean. Anyways, he's going to be looking for Draisaitl. He's going to be looking for Nurse, guys like that. Probably going to get the assist, but I don't want to bet the assist because if he gets the goals, I don't want him to have 1 goal, 1 assist and be a loser. So, plus money. But in order to get this where we want it, because that's a juicy bet there, we're going to hit it with another juicy bet I like a lot. And that's going to be the first period over 1.5 goals. So this is going to be a 2-leg parlay. So we can get that money right, the value right. Okay. Reason is every game except for game 5, they've scored at least 1 goal in the first 10 minutes. I think with Skinner back in the goal, what a fucking experiment gone to shit that was. That motherfucker, I don't even remember his name. That motherfucker, I thought, okay, here it is. The backup goalie's going to come in. He looked really good at the end of game 4, and he was going to be Stonewall Jackson in game 5. That was not the case. It was not the case there. So we're going back to Skinner. We'll see. You win Stanley Cups because you got a hot goalie. Bob Bravosky has not been in fuego. Actually, every over. If you listen to before the Stanley Cup started, I said bet every over, 6.5 every over, especially plus money. I think now I'm finally seeing that line like at even money or maybe even slightly minus money. Again, keep going with the over. I'm not going to go super heavy on it, but definitely go with the over tonight. Connor McDavid, 2 points, plus 2-leg parlay, plus over 1.5 goals in the first period, which is also juicy, like minus, 165, 175 in that range. But both are going to hit like your rent is due tomorrow. That is probably my more confident play in all of hockey, really, on a game basis. Now, there is a lot of travel, so I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the travel and how they've been doing things here. But they were just in Florida. I'm going to get this backward. They were just in Florida, and now they're going to Edmonton. But before that, they were in Edmonton before, so let me just double-check this so I don't sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah, they were in – I'm sorry. They're going to be in Florida. I got it backwards. I knew I was. They're in Florida tonight. They were in Edmonton on Saturday, and on Thursday they were in Florida. So Thursday in Florida, Friday travel day, Saturday in Edmonton, Sunday, Monday travel, Tuesday. Should be rested more so than the game 5. I'm sorry, game 5 was, because they only had Friday. I don't know what the fuck that means, because Florida seems to play better when they're not rested. So maybe this means it's an Edmonton game. We're going to game. Oh my God, I would love a game 7. There's nothing better in all fucking sports than a game 7 Stanley Cup playoff, especially if it goes to overtime. Holy shit. Any of you listening or watching this show, do you not watch hockey? You should. You should definitely watch, especially playoff hockey. You should definitely be watching. So I don't know if I'm going to take a side. If you're in the community, stay tuned. I might come up with a side here, but I'm probably going to lean to Edmonton. Definitely leaning over. But definitely those two plays right there you should be on. All right, let's get into segment number 2. And I'm just going to riff here a little bit. We're just going to let it run about baseball. Major League Baseball is probably the pettiest sport on all of fucking earth for a lot of point. I mean, imagine trying to explain a Major League Baseball fight to a guy that watches the UFC that doesn't understand or watch baseball, right? So he flipped his bat after he hit a home run, and then the next time up, the guy threw a 195 mile per hour fastball at his head. So the guys out in the middle of the outfield came jogging out like they were going to do something. Meanwhile, we had a bunch of guys just yelling and screaming and holding each other back like they were going to do something. You ever seen the videos online, the viral TikTok videos, whatever the fuck they are, with the dogs, one dog on one side of the fence, one dog on the other side of the fence, and they just bark, right? And then the gate opens up, and they shut the fuck. That's fucking Major League Baseball fights, right? A lot of barking. Where my dogs at, DMX? A lot of dogs barking, but I don't see no swinging. When I want to see a baseball fight, I want to see Robin Ventura charging Nolan Ryan, put him in a fucking headlock, and rocking his world. That's a fight. Or what's the one guy, and I can't think of his name right now. This just came to me. I didn't have this prepared. But there was a guy, he used to play for the Boston Red Sox, and he was down in AAA or maybe single A or double A. Pick an A, any A, just put it in the A. All right, get in where you fit in, baby. Some of you guys need to stick to the A. But anyways, he got beaten by a pitch. He turns around and he fucking kicks the catcher first. This is videos out there in the YouTubes. Kicks the catcher first and then charges the pitcher with the fucking bat. Now that's fighting. Now that is fighting. That's what I'm talking about right there. But it's a petty fucking sport. I mean, here are the 3 pettiest things I saw since the last time I did a podcast with y'all. So last week is I seen the Tampa Bay Rays pitcher start yelling at Juan Soto for watching while walking or some shit. I don't even know. I watched it with the sound off, so I wasn't 100%. But basically, I didn't see anything that warranted the yelling and screaming, but he was walking down at first in such a manner that it offended him. Well, guess what? Don't fucking walk him then. Throw some fucking strikes. And then I was watching the Pittsburgh Booty Pirates, and they were throwing at some rookie kid, I don't even remember his name, for stealing third base or something in a blowout game. That's what we're doing. Look, if you don't want the fucking guy to steal the base, don't let him get to second. It's that simple. Who was it? I think it was Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin in All About the U documentary, 30 for 30, talks about, hey, let me bring it back for you. The Cotton Bowl, when he was playing for Miami, the Hurricanes, not the Dolphins, the Hurricanes collegiate football. They were playing in Dallas, the Cotton Bowl. And this is back where they played at the state fairgrounds there. Anyways, there's a tunnel in one of the end zones. And what he said, and what happened for those that don't know, is he had scored a touchdown and just kept running through the tunnel. But what he said afterwards and in this documentary that I found interesting is, guess what? If you got mad and didn't want me to run through the tunnel, number 1, don't let me catch the ball. Number 2, don't let me run and score a touchdown. But 3, and most importantly, don't put a tunnel at the end of the end zone if you don't want me to run through it, baby. Same thing. Don't let the rookie get to second base if you don't want him trying to steal third. Dude was trying to earn a contract. And he was getting in where he fitted. And then the last one I saw was Acuna Matata, motherfucker. He was chirping at somebody, or I think what it was is the pitch got like a little high up and in. He started kind of chirping and chuckling at the pitcher. And then the pitcher started kind of chirping and chuckling back. It's like, guys, didn't your balls drop down? Ain't you grown some hair on that sack yet? An emotion. And that's the thing. They punish the emotions harder than the actual cheating. I mean, is this the part where I start going off on a tangent about Pete Rose? Does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Well, duh, you fucking moron. Did he deserve to get in while he was alive? Fuck no. Fuck no. I hear this all the time about this shit online. And people are stupid. People are really fucking stupid. But let's just break this down for the retards in the fucking audience tonight. He bet on Major League Baseball games that he managed. Okay? Imagine betting on the Cincinnati Reds game tonight and Terry Francona had the over, or has the over. And he brings in a bum to throw in the 6th fucking inning. Right? Because he got to hit that over. But you got the Reds money line. See how this is fucked up? It fucks you as the bettor, as the sports fan. Fuck, as a human. We want the game to be fair. Now, can you look to find advantages? Sure. But if anybody, players, coaches, managers, front office, any people are wagering, and I don't care if it's $5 fucking dollars. If there's any incentive or reason for them to do different than their absolutely best on every fucking play, then I have a fucking issue. And Pete Rose was that issue. Now, I wasn't old enough when this was going on. I definitely wasn't betting when this was going on. But there was people, I know there was people that were betting on Reds games back in whatever it was, the 80s, that lost bets because of decisions Pete Rose made for his own bets. That's a big fucking problem. What's the penalty? Well, the penalty is a lifetime ban. Well, his lifetime's over, so I guess we can let him in now. All right, let's move on to segment number 3, Major League Baseball Futures and Trends. And let's talk futures, baby. Because nothing says long-term heartbreak like betting on the Chicago Cubs in June. Then wait until your next breakup there, Franklin, to find out she's a loser. Just like the Cubbies. So our first team futures we're going to be looking at is the Cincinnati Red Stockings. That's right, Cincinnati Reds right down there, the Queen City on the Ohio River. The Cincinnati Reds to win the NL Central is 20-1 or plus 2,000. However you want to word it, it's the same fucking thing. If you slap a $10 bill down, you get $200 return. You put a $100 bill, you get $2,000 return. The math is still math either way. Who's got the best offense in June? The Reds. The Reds. Who's got top 5 in on-base percentage? The Reds. The Reds. Who's the top 3 in stolen bases so far this year? The Reds. The Reds. Roster is finally healthy, and the bad part is they're 7 games behind. But it's the Reds. It's the Reds. And 41 positive. 41 in the green run differential. You know what that puts them? That puts them as the 4th best NL team. 4th best in the NL in run differential. And I think record-wise, they're the 4th best in the NL Central as of time of recording. I think they're tied with St. Louis or Milwaukee. Anyways, we're looking at the Gubbies. That's what we're staring down. Here's the issue, okay, is they are 9-3 versus the NL West, which is a tough division, right? You got the Padres, the Dodgers out there. Arizona is no treat either. They got a good offense. I'm sorry if I said that was the issue. That was the part they're good. The issue is they are 9-14 versus left-handed. They can't hit the lefties. They can't hit the fucking lefties. So what's going to happen is, my guess is they're going to bring in a bat come the deadline that can hit lefty pitching. That's 1. 2 is I think they'll come in and beef up the bullpen. But look for the Cincinnati Reds to be buyers before the trade deadline's up. increasing the probability and chances of winning that division. Now, I know. The bet smells like Skyline chili and a lot of fucking regret. Well, guess what? If you're in Cincinnati, that's regret enough. That's regret enough. Don't go do was it Gold Star? Go to Gold Star set. But either way, I fucking love it. I love it. Some of the best degenerates I've ever met in my life were from Cincinnati. Anyways, just throw a little cheese on top when it hits, and we'll call it good. Number 2 bet futures. We're looking at the Yankees. The New York Yankees to win the World fucking Series. Now, this is a little early in the season to be betting this heavy of a favorite, but I see it for plus 600. 6-1. I think they got one of the best bullpens in baseball. And fucking Aaron Judge is Thanos. One swing of the bat, and half the league is fucking gone, baby. Or he's gone. One of the two. If you don't watch Aaron Judge play baseball, if you don't watch Shohei Ohtani play baseball, then you are not a true sports fan. Regardless if you care about the sport or not. Okay? I don't give a fuck about tennis. I don't give a fuck about soccer. I don't give a fuck about the NBA. But sometimes when you see such an elite talent that is so much better than his peers at the most pinnacle, the top 0.001% of athletes, when they're at that level and they're still dominating, you, as a sports fan, have to watch and absorb and take that in. In 20, 30 years from now, we're going to be talking about how Aaron Judge was the greatest home run hitter of all time, or the greatest hitter of all time. We're going to talk about Shohei Ohtani being the two-way player, that Babe Ruth is second to. I know that sounds a little blasphemy, but look, Babe Ruth didn't play against the best players of his age. And I'm not going to go deep in that, but if you know anything about history, it's pretty obvious. Shohei Ohtani really is, right? Because not only is he playing versus all of the children that grew up his age from the United States and North America, but from around the world. Major League Baseball is a world's game now, right? These kids come from the Dominican and Japan and I don't know why I said it like that, Japan. And all over. They even got Canadians playing baseball. It's weird. I know, it's crazy. They turned their lumber into a fucking baseball bat. It's weird. And I'm not sure why we get off on this tangent. But go watch these fucking guys. Last night, Shohei Ohtani pitching, hitting. Judge just hitting down. I don't know. He's just a freak. They're freaks. And I mean that as a good way, in a good way. And then Rodon and Max Fried, whatever. I'll figure out what his name is later. These guys are fucking dealing. They are the best versions of themselves. And the one contender, the odds-on favorite, obviously, is LA. But I can't trust LA. Hell, I can't even trust LA to be a city come the fall. I didn't start the fire. But it's the burn. Come on, Billy Joe. Anyways, fucking let that place burn down. If it ain't the fucking Palisades, it's the downtown. If it ain't nature, it's the humans. Burn, baby, burn to the ground. And I know people are gonna say, well, not everybody in LA is fucking bad. That's right. You're right. You're fucking dead ass. Correct. Not everybody in LA is a bad person. But more than not are fuck 'em. And here's the other thing. I talk shit a lot of places, but I tend not to try to talk shit on places that I haven't actually been to. I've been there. Been there one time. And I don't mean for one day. I went there for 10 days. I spent 10 days in LA doing every touristy, every fucking thing that every other fucking person in the world told me you gotta do when you go to LA. I went to the horse, Santa Anita. I went to the horse. They did a brews and blues thing. It was a cool little thing, but guess what? I was there when all them horses were dying. Right? Fuck LA. I ran into Justin Timberlake at the fucking LA Zoo. And I always fuck his wife, and whatever his wife's name is. Jessica something. Whatever. I'm not one of these starstruck people. Anyways, yeah, if you ever been to the LA Zoo, it's you just go like you go in a big circle kind of thing. So the people you're kind of walking through the zoo with all day are the same people you kind of walk through the zoo all day with. So, and look, they weren't. I don't even know why we're telling the story, but they weren't. They were trying to keep a low profile. It's not like they had security or nothing crazy. They were there with another couple and their kids and stuff. And just so happened the lady I was seeing at the time and her son and me, the three of us were there. And it was, here's the thing, I didn't recognize the motherfucker. I didn't go like, oh, Triple A, woo. I don't know what his moves are. Anyways, is his voice. I heard him talking to the other father, and I couldn't even tell you what they were talking about, just general bullshit. And his voice, like, that fucking voice sounds really familiar. So I kind of, I look over, and I was like, Justin Timberlake? I mean, I didn't say that in my head. I go, Justin Timberlake, what the fuck? And so my girlfriend at the time gave her a little chicken wing, bing, bing, yo, bitch, look. And then she fucking, well, let's go get pictures. I was like, fuck, look, they're with the kids. They're out. Look, they're not trying to be bothered. So I didn't even like we acknowledged them. We said, hey, how's it going? Hope you guys have a great day, kind of thing. Pleasantries, but not asking for autographs, not asking for pictures. She ended up snapping some pictures from, 50 yards away, kind of just to be like, hey, I got proof I seen him. But, yeah, I'm big. Look, if you see professional athletes, movie stars, actors, actresses, things like that out in public with their kids especially, leave them the fuck alone. Leave them the fuck alone. They ain't working, right? Leave them the fuck alone. Now, can you acknowledge them? Can you be like, hey, I know you're so-and-so, boom, boom. Look, I ran into fucking Bert Kreischer in Vegas walking through the shops. I couldn't not say nothing, right? I mean, this is my number one favorite comedian of all time. I cannot not say nothing. But I wasn't going to sit there and take up a bunch of his time, right? He wasn't. Now, he's a cool fucking dude, and he was all for it. I seen him from 50 yards away, and I was like, Bert, Bert, Bert. And he fucking perked up like a fucking prairie dog out there. What? Yep, took my shirt off, showing my areolas. Anyways, we're going off on that tangent. All right, let's keep it moving. The Astros is going to be my third bet, and they're not going to make the playoffs. I saw the odds at plus 420. I seen it as a sign. I took it. The Astros to miss the playoffs, and let me get into why. The Cubs, the Chicago Cubs, are the only other division leader right now that gives up more home runs. Altuve, the midget's fading. He's on the back end of his career. They are below 500 versus teams with a winning record. They win at home and they lose on the road. 40 of their 72 games have been played at home, in which they hold a 27-13 record. I think they still got those fucking trash cans in those dugouts. I'm telling you, I think they still got them trash cans in those fucking dugouts. Seattle's going to win the West. You can't give me a team that gives up that many home runs that has a losing record on the road. And so far, they played, what is that, like 65% of their games at home? The season does average out, folks. They will be playing more games on the road, okay? That record will be coming back down. And Seattle looks good. Seattle looks really good. I think I saw around plus 350. If you want to sprinkle, I think I already told you before on another episode to take them. But Seattle, Cal Raleigh, AL MVP. Seattle wins the West. You heard it here first. With your Highness, shut up and bet it. Let's go. Trends you need to know. What do you need to know? This is what you need to know. No run first inning. The Cleveland Guard Indians are 17-4 on first inning unders, meaning no run first innings. Whatever it is, they ain't scoring. They ain't let up. They ain't, where they're not giving up the runs either. And again, that's over the course of the last 21 games. Here's where people are getting trapped with the Dodgers. 10-16 versus the spread run line versus left-handed pitchers. I think I talked about this. Everybody loves the fucking Dodgers and the Yankees overs. Those, the books know they're going to make that not profitable for you if you keep doing that. Keep betting Scotty Scheffler to win majors. Keep betting Scotty Scheffler. They're not going to make it profitable for you. Keep betting a home run prop. That's the other thing I was looking at the other day. Shohei Ohtani is roughly around a 200 to maybe 250 max home run prop odds. And sometimes less than that. I looked at his home run rate, which I fucking can't remember. It was like 1 every 4 games or something. Something along those lines. he could hit. Oh, I fucking did the math, and I wish I wrote it down. He could hit like 62 home runs. I think that was the number, right? 62 kind of makes a difference in Major League Baseball. I think he hit 62 home runs this year, and you bet every day to him hit a home run, you lose money. That's crazy. Guy hit 62 home runs in a year, and you lose money betting on it. That right? It's about value, folks. Just because you bet it and it wins, and you're right, that doesn't make you good. We understand that. Do I have to go deeper into that? The other trend I want you to remember is July, the banquet of beers, Coors Field. Summertime in July, we're popping those bottles open and hitting the overs at 62% hit rate over the last 3 years in Coors Field in July. And I don't know if it's the weed that gets them a little bit higher up there. I don't know if it's an altitude a mile high, but that's just profit floating up there in the city of the banquet of beers. By the way, banquet beer, underrated beer. Coors Light, I could do without. Coors Light, if you're on the water, on the boat, and you want to be drinking fucking 20 of them in a day, Coors Light. Because it goes back to a joke my mother told me as a child. This will tell you the kind of upbringing I had as a kid. My mother told me this joke when I was, 10 years old, maybe 12 at the oldest. Why is American beer and having sex on a canoe the same thing? No, it's because they're fucking too close to water. Anyways, give me the banquet beer if we got to go with the Coors, and give me the overs at Coors Field in July. All right, let's wrap this baby up here. There's a few things I want to leave you guys with, and then I'll get on my way. Most of you are going to find the time to dip out of the episode right now, but I'm going to leave a little nugget here at the end, so you might want to stay tuned. When it comes to sports betting, chasing bets is like chasing your ex. Now, you might win one night, but I guarantee you lose some sleep, you're going to lose some cash, and by Sunday, you've lost all your dignity. Discipline is always going to beat the vibes. Unit size, bankroll management saves lives, bankrolls, and you don't need a 7-leg parlay. If you got in your repertoire a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9-leg parlay, you need a plan. You need a plan because what you're doing is hoping and praying. The 7-Eleven down the corner's got scratchers if that's what you want to do with your life. But we're here to make money. And what was the one song? Bon Jovi? Betting on a prayer or some bullshit. That's what you're doing with the parlays. Chasing bets and drunk texting your ex at 2 a.m. It feels right. Hell, you might even get in a couple of times. But when those overdraft fees start hitting and the chlamydia starts creeping in that she gave you, don't be that guy. Okay? There's a lot of bets and there's a lot of bitches out there in the world. Find one that works for you, literally and figuratively. Okay? Smoke a little weed, study a little bit, make a fucking plan. Okay? Then pull a trigger like a grown-ass man. Shoot first, ask questions second. We don't even have to be talking about guns. Get in where you fit in. Shoot first. Questions later. Like, bitch, you want a pill? Guys, this is my time. It's been fun. Like I said, we'll try to keep these a little bit on the shorter side. We don't promise winners here. We don't. We promise profit. Okay? Oh, that's the other thing. This is the last tidbit. If you stayed to the end of the episode, I appreciate you very much. I'm going to be doing these shows once a week. If, and only if, I don't get any fucking voicemails, you cocksuckers. I will do a Thursday show any and every week. I get a voicemail. Again, you're calling me. There's nobody answering. It's just a voicemail. The number you need to dial to leave me a voice message to get on the show is going to be 480-269-74. Again, that's 480-269-7423. Leave me a voicemail. Leave me a message, and I will put you on the show. I will do a show Thursday for you, the peoples. So I'll put you on the show. The first person that leaves me a voicemail, okay, it's only timestamped. I can figure this out. The first person that leaves me a voicemail, I'm giving a $20 free bet to. $20 free bet. You use it however the fuck you want. However you want. I don't care. But you got to leave me a voicemail, 480-269-7423. You call, you leave me voicemail. I put you on show. I give you $20 to bet with. First person. You think, oh, it's late. It's already been posted for 4 hours. Nope, try it. I guarantee. Try it. Just like the hot bitch at high school. You thought somebody asked her to prom. Nope, they were all afraid. You walk up like your Highness, dick in hand. Hey, bitch, you want to dance? Get jiggy with it. That's my time.
Your wife is out here auto-subscribing to gluten-free dog biscuits. Buys how many Starbucks a week? And what the hell is with this organic birdseed that the Amazon driver keeps dropping off? But you're too much of a bitch to sign up for something that actually makes you money? Sign up now at wewinyouvin.com. Promo code LET'S GO.